So, Sue, you know, we've been athletic trainers for a long time, and tape is a big part of what we do as athletic trainers. And kinesiology tape is something I've been using for quite a while. I think that it works really well in some people. What are some of your experiences with kinesiology tape, and how do you use it in your practice?
Yeah, same here. I've used it for a very long time, and I think over the years you adjust how you use certain tools, and I think when it comes right down to it, the thing that I utilize kinesiology tape the most for is for pain relief, and applying it onto the area of pain for a person, wherever that may be, and I've really kind of gotten away from utilizing it for other reasons because I feel like pain relief has been the most effective way for me to utilize kinesiology tape in my practice.
Yeah.
But you know the research better than I do. What does the research say?
So you're exactly right. I mean, kinesiology tape works for reducing pain. It's a short-term pain reliever that when it's compared against minimal or no intervention, it does relieve pain. It's not more effective than other traditional things we would use, you know, such as the modalities, manual therapy, or exercise. But it's really best utilized for short-term pain relief for musculoskeletal pain. And you brought up a good point, which is, you know, there's not a lot of research supporting the use of tape for things like improving performance or even reducing edema after an ankle sprain. You know, we see it all the time, and we apply it, we see it in the training rooms and things, but quite honestly, it's been shown to not have an effect on how fast that edema is reduced in an acute ankle sprain. So the question then comes is that something you want to spend your time and money on an intervention that probably doesn't work? Are there other things that are as effective or more effective for both time and money as well?
And what about different things such as activating a muscle or decreasing the tone of a muscle?
Yeah.
What does the research tell us about that?
So I'm really glad you asked that, because one of the things I've learned very recently is kinesiology tape gets a bad rap. You know, saying, no, there's no research and this kind of stuff. And I mean, there is a lot of research. There are over 400 published articles on kinesiology tape. And what's the problem is, it's in the method of how it's applied. Because the science behind the methods that we were taught to apply it don't work. So this whole argument of applying it in one direction versus another, absolutely false. I have tons of studies that have compared these directions of application on muscle activation, and I can tell you without a doubt, there is no difference on which way you apply it. You cannot facilitate or inhibit a muscle.
That's great. So when I send kinesiology tape home with the athlete that I'm working with, it makes it really easy for them to be able to apply it to themselves, because it doesn't matter if it goes one direction or the other, they just need to put it on there.
Yeah, and I think that's the whole thing here. There is no evidence to support the different patterns, directions, sometimes even specific tensions. I mean, you can't say I want to apply tape for 25 to 35% and get a specific outcome. It just doesn't work. Now, we know tension is important. In a meta-analysis, it was shown that the tensions, smaller amounts of tension are better. The larger tensions were associated with smaller effects, which is an interesting finding. So tension is important, or the amount of stretch that we apply, but it doesn't have to be a huge amount. And so typically what I tell athletes is really just put it over the skin that hurts, put a little stretch on it, and you should be fine.
Perfect. That's exactly how I'm utilizing it in clinical practice.
Awesome.